flying high. So whenever you're flying high, you're going to have some bumpy areas. That's why I want to admonish you to don't give up, but hang in there.
Backs against the wall, you gotta hang when it seems my hope is lost. See, I'm a witness, he'll hold you up, and in the process, they'll fill your cup. So I'm not worried, I'm not scared, I'm gon' trust like my bishop said. This a message to the devil, you can't help our faith, and we gon' make it by his grace. You gotta
Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening, everyone.
I am Shakira Johnson.
And this is Taylor Kay on the mic.
And you are listening to Women in Business International Radio. Taylor Kay!
What's going on?
We are back.
Yes.
We're in living color. Like I'm in living color old. I'm like, what what did I say? I said, I am, if you don't stop following me around merry-go-round old. Oh my goodness.
Remember the store merry-go-round and they would follow you around.
See, no, I thought when you posted that you were talking about the actual ride.
No, see, you're a little younger than me, so you probably don't remember the store merry-go-round. But anybody that knows, if you went into merry-go-round in Mondawmin, the sales reps would not say nothing to you. They would just follow you around.
Are you serious?
Like making sure that you're not stealing nothing.
Wow.
But their clothes was the bomb. But then I was like, why you gotta be like on my back?
So was it like a Macy's type store or
no,
a smaller version? Like a
It was just like a nice what store
would be comparable? Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yes. I'm loving.
How many people remember merry-go-round?
Look, if you remember merry-go-round, put a 1.
in the comment section below. Oh my gosh, shout out to everybody who is tuned in so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, I am Bobby's World on a Saturday morning old. That was one of my favorite cartoons.
Oh, one of mine was Richie Rich.
Ah, see, I'm going to have to go look on YouTube and find out about Richie Rich. You know about Richie Rich?
I know about Richie Rich. Did I watch it? No.
Okay.
Richie Rich, Super Friends, and Smurfs.
What was mine? Tom and Jerry, the Looney Tunes.
See, I'm on this level. That's the level that I'm on right here.
Find out we in the same age bracket.
I was going to say, those was my daughter's cartoons.
Oh, God. Listen, if you are just tuning in, you are listening to Women in Business International Radio. So in case you're wondering what we're talking about, on Facebook right now, they've got this I'm this old challenge, and everybody's talking and reflecting on some things from their childhood and all that good stuff. So we figure we'd chime in. Listen, we have a phenomenal show tonight. We are back in action. We're so excited to be here for another Tuesday. Coming up, we are going to have an exclusive interview with none other than Mrs. Tierra S. Davis, the author of The Little Black Book of Common Sense. If you are under the sound of my voice at this time, do us a favor, hit that share button, host a watch party. We want to reach the masses. We do have a question of the day that we're going to be talking about, and if you want to call in, the number is 1-877-479-4473. We would love to hear from you. Also, our featured guest tonight would love to answer all of your questions. She's going to be touching on finances and financial literacy and all that good stuff, how to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah.
So listen, you don't want to miss this. Is going to be a phenomenal show. Taylor K is getting ready for our quote of the day. But again, if you are listening under the sound of our voice, hit the share button and listen. If this is your very first time tuning into Women in Business International Radio, put a 1 in the comments so we can shout you out. We are so excited. We always love having our new viewers on. If you're listening online via awesomeguardradio.com, thank you so much for tuning in. And Taylor K, let me know, how was your weekend?
Wow, we have some ones out there.
Oh, shucks now.
Yes. One of my sorors, Rosalind Seth. Hey, soror.
Hey, I see we got Brandy Lewis tuning in. Hey, hey, hey.
And Miss Leslie Matthews.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Another soror, Katrina Jones.
All right.
All right. So our question of the day.
We'll get to that.
I'm rushing things, so let me just pull it back up. Our quote of today is, "You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you." Dave Ramsey.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. Dave Ramsey.
It's a good quote.
It is a good quote.
Thank you. Bam. What do
So
you think about that?
So again, if you're just tuning in, we do have Tierra S. Davis, author of The Little Black Book of Common Sense. She's going to probably chime in. We're talking about our quote of the evening. If you don't control your money, it's going to control you. Is that what you said?
I said you must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you.
Boom.
So what do you think that means, Jonathan?
What I think it means is, if you do not come up with a plan for your money, then you're going to always be trying to you're always going to be trying to figure out how to manage. And so budgeting, whether you're in business or just budgeting just to manage your household, is so important. Another thing, what I've come to find is that sometimes financial bad habits are passed down.
Yes.
You know, if you're
generational.
Yep. You know, if your parents wasn't good with money and they were just splurge, and then have to scramble to try to, make ends meet, then I've seen it happen where you pick up some of those same habits and things like that. You want to chime in?
Absolutely. I'm in total agreement with you as to what you think it means, and it definitely does mean that, because it's like, okay, if you do not gain control of your finances, then yes, it will control you, because then you'll have to either go out or get a second job because you think you're not making enough at your first job because of the fact that you got all these expenses that you truly probably don't need, or you're spending money on things that you really don't need and it's just a want. Like, your money is controlling you.
I think even if you look at poverty, you know, if you have a conversation with somebody that's really in poverty, they live in this like depression, this darkness when they don't have that lack of money.
Like a continuous cloud over their head.
Yeah, and it's like it won't never move, and they can't never go on vacation, and they can't never do anything because they make just enough to pay those bills. So, you know, I think that if we plan, I think what he's saying is if you plan, like Johnson said, you plan, you budget, then you can help to affect your, you know, your way of living.
Yeah, definitely.
Period. You know, and then, you know, if you think about it, the societal ills going on today, plaguing our communities, you know, that root, that seed is poverty for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, once you remove that seed, then watch out now.
Yeah, because it's like a mindset thing. It all starts in the mind. It's really our relationship that we have with money.
Exactly.
Like, I was told that probably when I was about 17 or 18 years old. And a lot of times I would tell people like, no, I'm broke. I don't have it. Nope, don't look at me. Don't ask me for no money.
Well, my pastor said never to say you're broke.
Right.
My pastor said you can say you in between your blessing, but you never claim broke. You never speak those words because as a man thinketh. So if you think that you broke all the time, then guess what? You're going to be broke all the time.
That's exactly why I had to change my words. I had to change my actions. I'm like, look, I do have it, but I just don't have it to give right now. That's what I had to start doing, because a lot of times people will go, hey, can I borrow? Or they'll see you have money.
Right.
And because they see you have money, now everybody's in your pocket.
Girl,
all
let
the
my family
time.
tell it.
That was me all the time.
Let my family tell it. I'm rich. Yep, I am rich. However, I'm going to keep my
rich
coins.
on the Lord's, on the Lord's spirit.
I'm going to keep my coins so I can take care of take care of my family. But the power of life and death lies in our tongue. So we have to be careful when we proclaim into the universe and we're saying, oh, I'm broke, I don't have it, this and that. We do have it.
Right.
You're not broke. I'm blessed and highly favored. You got to make those declarations. We have to speak the word so that it has to be manifested, because either way it's going to be manifested. If you say I'm broke, then you will always be broke.
Absolutely.
When you say I'm blessed, I'm prosperous, I'm walking in wealth. Wealth comes in different forms. So it's just all about just changing the mindset and changing the words that we're speaking out of our mouth.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're all saying the same thing, just different ways.
Just different ways.
Yes, we are.
Yes. So listen, my favorite cousin, by the way, Danielle Jeremiah, is tuning in, and she's on my watch party, and she said, look at my beautiful cousin. Hey. And she said, speak, ladies. I know that's right. Again, if you want to call in and join the conversation, we're going to be talking about money. Look, Taylor K, look, cue the Cardi B.
Cardi B.
The number to call in is 1-877-479-4473. We definitely want to hear from you. So we're going to recap. Taylor K was this Mother's Day weekend. First of all, Taylor K, I don't even know how. She probably got a clone somewhere, because Taylor K is always in the community doing her thing. How was your weekend over the Mother's Day holiday, Taylor K?
So after I got off the radio show last Tuesday, I went and got in the bed and did not leave until Monday. I've been sick.
I thought y'all was going to brunch on Mother.
I was supposed to, but
wow.
Unfortunately, I was sick in the bed and did not come out. So, yep, I didn't come out until Monday.
Needed. Yeah, maybe you just needed to rest.
Heck no, that wasn't no rest. Coughing up 2 lungs.
Oh, Lord.
I was trying to find the bright side.
I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you.
God. I'm sure Mr. Daniel
yes,
was
I'm feeling
taking
better.
care of you.
He sure did. Shout out to my husband, my awesome husband. He did a wonderful job. Thanks, babe.
Well, I'm so sorry that you wasn't in bed not feeling well. But I'm glad you're back in full, in full effect. And
look, he kind of treated me like a kid.
Oh.
So like, he was kind of unsure. He knew the first day I wasn't feeling good. Second day, third day, he was like, "You not going to work?" I was like, "No, I'm not going to work." Then when the weekend came and I was still in the bed, he was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, she really is sick."
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
You gotta feel it out. Like, she might be okay, but.
Oh, my goodness. So since we're talking about money, I posted in Women in Business International, the interactive group, a question. And the question of the day I want to share with you ladies, see if you guys want to chime in, and also see what our viewers and listeners think. So the question of the day is, basically, what do you do when you're in business and you have invested down to the last penny? And I know somebody under the sound of my voice can attest to this. Whether it was you borrowed your 401k and you invested, or whether it was you cashed in that insurance policy, whatever it was, maybe took it from the baby kids, piggy bank, whatever. But you invested.
I hope you didn't take it from the kids.
Right. Stealing from the kids. Piggy bank.
Right.
Listen, we don't know.
We might need to call Dr. Phil or somebody for you. You take it from the kids' piggy bank.
We don't know their struggle on the other end of this broadcast. Maybe, just maybe, you took out that small business loan, or maybe you've reached out to someone to invest. But what happens when you put your everything, all the last penny that you have into your business, or you've given all of your energy and you've given all of your time and your resources and you altered your life, and it feels like you just keep taking losses, whether it's financial losses, whether it's relationship losses, whatever the case may be. What is something that you do, or something that you have done, or something that people can do to recoup or to keep going when they feel like they keep losing in business?
I would say, first of all, that you should never use your last for your business.
Okay.
Right.
I think that if you map out a goal and you stay to the course, then you won't get to the point where it's your last. So I think that it sounds like it's poor planning.
Okay.
Business planning. And I think, a lot of people have that passion, and they just get out there and they jump into it.
Feet first.
Yep.
But you got to create that foundation. And with that foundation is doing your homework.
Yeah.
Reading books, research, creating a business plan, setting goals for yourself. Like, you as a business owner should never be in business and not have a goal for yourself,
right,
for your business. So I think, sometimes just rethinking things through. So if you're, listening to us right now and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm in business, I don't have no goals for myself," it's okay. Because guess what? You have today.
Yeah.
To start and write down those goals and really start to, and don't just write down the goals. Because if you don't put the steps to achieve those goals, then those goals are nothing but just dreams.
Yeah.
So you got to create those steps to achieve those goals in order for you to be able to, start the right way. Point yourself in that right direction.
Thank you so much, Taylor K, for the feedback. What would you say, Tiara?
I would probably say the same thing. It'll be poor planning, because it's like when you start a business, your entire thing is trying to get a business off the ground. I understand potentially maybe, spending your last, but you really shouldn't spend your last. You should really have like a contingency plan, that backup plan. Like, if this does not work, what am I going to do? Or if I do this and this fails, what happens here? Like, you always have to have that backup plan. It doesn't have to be just like, oh, I'm spending $50,000 and this other $50,000 I have. Like, no, spend maybe 35 or 40. Right. Don't spend the whole 50.
Not the whole 50.
Like, we understand the ambition. We understand the gumph that everybody gets. Is just like, oh, yes, this is my plan. I want to do this. Let's go do this. Let's get it done. But at the same time, you got to think realistically and think, okay, well, a lot of times most businesses fail within the first 5 years. So you got to think about that. Do you want to be a failure, or do you want to jumpstart and go past those 5 years?
And it's also okay to do more than one thing. So it's okay to work and start and have this new business. Because sometimes people feel like, oh, I got this new business. I love it. I really want to just focus on my business. Well, focus on your business after 5 o'clock. But go and keep that check so you can keep that money going. I'm not saying, like, for some people, yes, it's good to just jump out there and start a business as long as you're prepared to do that.
Yeah, definitely got to prepare.
But I believe that preparation is just the key for all the angles we're talking about. Absolutely. Here. Preparation, being prepared, doing your research, and just making sure that you are, just creating that foundation.
Absolutely.
So Brandy L. Lewis, she commented, because we posted it in the group, and she said, I keep pushing. So she said, so many days I want to quit, but my business is not just about my financial success. It's about getting my body to where I want it to be. And she's a Herbalife rep. And she said, I want and helping others to get healthy too, and that in itself is a motivation for me to keep pushing. Shout out to Brandy. Thank you so much for chiming in.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Tell her I'm on that same path. I say it seems like I go up and then it's like I come down, and then it's like I go up and then I come down. I'm like, okay, body, please stop adding on the pounds. Keep them off. Maintain.
Every time I get on the scale, the numbers is going up. I think the scale broke. We're going to take
then
the scale
guess
back.
What? Then I think y'all need to go visit our WBI sister, Tamara Hawkins, because she got something for you. Because not only did she lose, but she kept it off.
Yeah,
she looks amazing.
She does. And guess what? She's going to be doing Fit Hawk tips very soon, and we're going to be sharing those tips because she wants to help us get that summer body ready.
Yeah.
However, I feel like I saw this meme with this cute little chubby baby, and she was drinking her little juice box, and she said the beach gonna get whatever body I'm giving it this summer. But I'm going to shout out.
I'd rather do the summer body.
I think I'm going for the summer body.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to reach out to our girl Fit Hawk, Tamara Hawk is with Herbalife, and see if she can help me get my body right.
I'm telling you, I need to.
Yes,
I need to.
So I had the pleasure today to speak with an author who has just published her book.
Okay.
Is that Sharia
Sharia
Young? Yes. And she said, "Hi, I agree." And then Miss Leslie said, "Glad you're feeling better. Thank you." And Anita Phillips, one of our very first guests, she said, "Absolutely."
Yes. Oh, my cousin all the way in Boston, Massachusetts, Latanya Davis, hey queen. She said, "How much above what's needed to start a business?"
That's a good question. So before we continue on, I think we should introduce our guest, because I'm sure she has some powerful answers for us, and she can tell us a bit about her book and a little bit about how to save, what to save, what not to save.
Yeah. So Tierra S. Davis, local insurance advisor, born and raised right here in Baltimore, Maryland, comes from a large family, which explains why she is a mother of 5 beautiful children with a loving, devoted, and dedicated husband. She started her journey of success at the age of 18 when she wrote her first poetry/fiction novel.
All right.
Shortly following, at the age of 19, she purchased her first rental property, and at the age of 22, graduated summa cum laude from Sojourner Douglas. I knew you looked familiar. Okay, let me focus. From Sojourner Douglas College with a bachelor's in business administration and management. With all that she has worked in the finance industry, banking operations and finance. Since she's graduated high school in 2012, she began working in the sales industry as an insurance advisor and helped numerous individuals and business owners throughout the years as an insurance advisor. She currently specializes in tax-free retirement, estate planning, business succession planning, insurance advisory. Although not at the top of everyone's list, insurance is one of the foundations in which a person should acquire. Recently, she had to file a death claim for a client who purchased the policy 6 months prior. Wow. She's also had a client who was seriously injured on their job, and their short-term disability covered them for the first 3 to 4 months. Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to introduce to some and present to others insurance advisor, author, financial coach, business planning coach, like all of the above, none other than Tiara S. Davis.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Welcome back. Listen, it was a pleasure having you before. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate getting back.
Listening to your bio brings out a question to me right off the bat. So the person who died 6 months after, that, were they able to cash in
their
on
family?
Their
Yes. So of course, because of the 2-year contestability time frame, they were able to obtain the entire amount of the insurance policy, but it did take a little bit longer than what the average policy would be.
Okay.
So what inspired you to go into business and finance and business management?
Truthfully, it kind of all started in high school, actually kind of in middle. So in middle school, when I was in 8th grade, I had like all these interviews with all these different high schools, and like, of course, I thought Kenwood was like sports or something like that. I have horrible hand-eye coordination, so I knew I wasn't going there. That was not happening. So a lot of the other schools came in, and the one that stood out to me the most was Overly High School, which was the Academy of Finance. So I went there, started my education there. I learned a lot about finance while I was in there. I learned a lot about accounting skills, regular finance skills, and just money management.
Nice.
And when I got out, it was like, why not do what you know?
Yeah.
So once I did that, then I just started college, and I went into I did start in the accounting field, but then I realized I needed a couple extra credits.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to just take it to business administration and management. So that's what I did. But just starting in finance just kept me going in finance because I'm passionate about it.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So I know you then moved into insurance, and what was the most fulfilling part of being an insurance advisor?
The most fulfilling part is, I don't want to say when that person passes away, but it's like when that person passes away and you get to go and pretty much be that shoulder for that family to lean on, because I'm not only just an insurance agent. It's like when I go in, I become the therapist. I become the sister, the cousin, that girl that lived next door for like 20 years. Like, everybody wants to sit back and they want to talk to you, and everybody's like, I know, it's just. And of course, me being me, I've always been that person who want to empathize with everybody and sympathize. And when I go in, I'm always empathetic because I know how it feels to lose somebody. Like, everybody knows how it feels to experience loss. So when you go in, you want to make sure that you are your most empathetic, that you know that they are getting the information that they need, they're getting the money that they need, and they could still move on with their life, even though they are going to go through that grieving process. A lot of times my goal is to at least help the family become stable for at least a few weeks. Just let's say if you need a couple weeks off, because grieving, going to work and grieving, that's not what you want to do.
Amen.
That's not
Say
what
it
you want
again.
to do. So I'm trying to make sure.
Years?
I don't think you're taking off for a couple of years now. Stop it. But I do want to at least give them like a month. I know a wife, she was able to take a month off of work because of her husband's insurance policy that he had out for himself. And she was very...
Well, praise the Lord.
Yeah, she was very happy. She was like, yeah, because I don't think I could do it right now. I'm like, you know what? If you ain't in the right mental space, definitely don't go back right now.
Definitely. Now, you are a licensed insurance agent. Are you just only licensed in Maryland, or are you licensed in some other states as well?
I am licensed in 16 states.
Did y'all hear
you
that?
You better work, sister.
Say it, sis. 16, not 6.
Yeah. So, When should a person start saving for retirement?
As soon as possible. So my thing is, I think that, because me being me, I started my children's retirement account like now. Like my daughter's 2, she has a retirement account. Aww. She's gonna retire very nicely.
So let me ask you. So did you start a college account and a retirement account, or just a retirement account?
I kind of just started a retirement account because
I think I know the reason why, but I want to hear your answer.
Yeah, because I feel as though, I'm not going to say college is not necessary, but I'm going to say that every child doesn't go to college.
Right.
Every child is not like, oh, yeah, my plan is to go to college, because every child has a different plan. My plan wasn't to go to college, but my father's plan was for me to go to college, so I went to college. But did I want to? No, not really. And just like every parent wants that child to go to college. It's like, well, what are you going to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be a doctor. Great. You got to go to college. That's about 16 years. Oh, okay. A vested time, huh? Like, that changed your whole perspective as a child. You're like, 16
more years.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do that.
After I've already
right.
had to fight every morning to get out.
Exactly. It's like, okay, I done had to fight you from preschool all to 12th grade.
Look,
so now it's like,
kicking and screaming.
like, now I'm going to go to college and I'm going to actually behave. Stop it. So, yeah, I don't think that everybody's going to go to college. Mm-hmm. And a lot of, like, my children, my oldest, she wants to be a chef. That's culinary school. I could probably pay for that out of pocket. I don't really have to save up for that. So, I'm be like,
baller. We want to be a big baller like her. She said, because that's expensive too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I say it really all depends on which one they go to, but it's definitely less expensive than regular college, and then you gotta go get your master's degree and all that other type of stuff
other
too.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want us to miss Latanya Davis's question. So she was asking about how much should you put to the side when you looking to start a business. Oh, that's a good question.
And would it depend on the business itself?
Yeah,
it really would depend on the business itself. I mean, if she's talking like contingency plan, like if she already has money saved up, and she's like, how much should I put in my emergency fund? I'd probably say 25% of whatever you saved up initially. But if she's saying like, how much should she save up for her business in its entirety? I couldn't really tell you, because I had a young lady, she wanted to start a wooden earring business. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of like a low overhead. Are you looking to start a brick and mortar? Are you planning on doing it online? Like, what are you planning on doing? Because it really all depends on what you want to do as to how much it's going to cost. Mm-hmm. So it really all depends on the business itself. Now, if you want to start a restaurant, that's a whole nother demon in itself. But when you get it started and it start going, profitable.
Well, how about for those young couples out there that said, how much should I save up to start a family? Because I think that's the problem, is that we all kind of know the questions, but don't know where to go to get these answers from.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
And, some people do want to do it, do it, I don't want to say the right way, because I'm not trying to say that
any way is the wrong way.
Yeah. But, to get married and then start their family. So how much money would you say they would need to have saved up to, start to think about having a family?
Crazy. I used to go around, I used to watch these little billboards that say a baby costs X amount of dollars every month. And I was looking at those billboards and I'm like, good God, I ain't never gonna have no kids.
I said the same thing.
Right, like, oh my God. Like, why is the baby $5,000 a month? I'm like, what? How many thousands of dollars? And then once I had my child, it was like, this baby probably about $200 a month, like diapers, wet wipes, food, like.
I think they wanted to scare us.
Right. I'm like, this amount is so small. I'm like,
well, it depends. It depends on what kind of items you buy for your baby versus what kind.
Yeah.
It wasn't no
they must have been buying like some kid. Louis Vuitton Pampers and
look, I'm a budget queen. You hear me? I'm budgeting. I'm
a Gucci
frugal.
diaper bag.
No, we ain't getting no.
No, we had
Gucci,
you couture though.
I'm gonna get whatever diaper bag is functional and least expensive. I'm like, that's good right there. Like, I'm sure my daughter probably could have had a pink baby bag, but she didn't. She had like a brown and blue, and everybody's like, why does your daughter have a brown and blue baby bag? And I'm like, because that was the least expensive baby bag, does pink technically mean she's a girl, or does it mean that pink is the color that they deeming for girls? Yeah. Like, what are we saying right now? And they're like, oh,
blue is a really beautiful color, though.
It is. And her baby bag is gorgeous.
Gosh.
I love her baby
blue
bag.
is beautiful.
Yeah, I love her baby bag.
Just saying.
Says the Zeta at the table. Well, we were fortunate that we were, oh my God, when baby shower came for my daughter, oh my God, we had stuff for like 6 months. I didn't have to buy anything. So I was blessed. Right. Shout out to my friends and family. But when that daycare bill came around, then it was a different story.
Oh, that's a whole nother demon in itself. Because I never had to experience daycare.
No.
I've never had to experience daycare.
Still paying.
Nope. When I say I drop my daughter off and my son off at my mom's house every day.
You was blessed.
Yes, blessed and highly favored. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Because when my sister, she told me that her, what did she say? I think my nephew was like $400 a week.
Depending on what they send him.
Oh no, one of mine was $150 a week.
Well, the only way you're getting those prices right now is if your child is pretty much like 5 or 6, right? And they're going to after school. Please, I wish I want $150 a week.
So I really do. I feel for the moms out here who are like sending their children to daycare and don't have like that.
It costs real money when you have an infant.
It do.
You will want to plan. You will want to save. We all do things differently, but if I had to do it all over again, I would definitely have saved up the daycare fund.
Amen. Say it again.
Yeah, like to answer the question, I would probably put together more of a budget.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say a baby is going to cost $5,000 a month or a baby is going to cost $1,000 a month. I'm gonna say, you know your situation. Mm-hmm. I know you've already been to the store. You done shop the clothes. You're like, oh my goodness, my baby is going to look so cute in that. Like, you've already done all that. You know how much the Similac is going to cost. You know how much the diapers are going to cost, how much the wet wipes is going to cost. Like, I'm pretty sure that nobody probably plans out that whole daycare expense.
Oh, yeah. No, we weren't ready.
We don't think about that.
Not at all.
Yeah. Putting aside the $400
but you know
a week, that's
I did
pretty...
have a blessing. One daycare provider charged me $1.50 an hour.
Where's she at? She's still
alive?
She was an older lady. I'm sure she's not alive any longer.
Did she have children?
She did.
She did. She had some children.
She was such a blessing. She charged us $1.50. No, was it $1.50 or $5.50? Whatever it was very affordable. It was like I felt like I was robbing her, so I would add in a little extra.
You were robbing her. I just want you to know.
Let me let you know. I gave her what she asked for.
Okay.
And she would feed her. Oh my goodness, that included dinner. So I had to
listen. Are her children doing the same thing? That's what everybody needs to find out right now. Like that is it. They're like, oh well, do she have children?
We did go see her not too long ago, but now nobody is occupying her house. So.
Oh,
sad.
Well, maybe her children doing it somewhere else.
Maybe we're gonna put out the APB.
Put that right.
Aggie.
If you're still out here,
all the children.
Call me. Listen, you guys don't go anywhere. We are talking with Tierra S. Davis, and after the break, we're gonna talk about the Little Black Book of Common Sense and how you can get your copy and what it entails. Keep it locked. You are listening to Women in Business International Radio.
Before I want to sing a little louder than before. I want to jump higher than before. I want to shout louder than before. Come on, say before. I want to spin wilder than before. I want to shout louder. Yeah. I want to say higher than before. I want to love you more than before. I want to worship deeper than before. I gotta scream louder. Yeah. Somebody say,
Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome back. You are listening to Women in Business International Radio. Before the break, we were talking with our featured guest for tonight, Miss Tierra S. Davis, the author of The Little Black Book of Common Sense. And after these announcements, we're going to dive into all the juicy details about the book. So just so you know, we're so excited because on next Thursday, we are hosting Thriving Business Thursday, where we host networking, we have empowerment, we have live entertainment, and we honor women entrepreneurs right here in the DMV who are making a difference in the community, who are thriving. Some of them are not business owners, some of them are business professionals. One of the honorees for next week is Rosie Bowen. She is a business owner. She owns a bakery in Northeast Market. We're also honoring Camellia Taylor. She's coming all the way from Jonestown, Pennsylvania. We're so excited, and a host of other fabulous women who we
our newest WBI member.
Yes, Gabrielle Benbow. She's going to be honored, and so we're so excited.
Pamela Curtis.
Okay, yes. Charlene Nader Severino.
Oh, and I see Pam on line. She just said all hearts.
Hey, Pam. So it's going to be phenomenal. We do have vendor opportunities available. If you're interested in setting up as a vendor in support of Thriving Business Thursday, log on to our website, www.wbiradio.org. No two events are the same. We're so excited. And come on out and network, even if you don't know any of the honorees. It is a great opportunity for you to be in front of others, sharing your business, sharing your brand, your organization, all the great things that you're doing. It's very interactive. We have lots of fun. And you will definitely be in for a treat. Additionally, we want to shout out our very own DJ Swank on the success of her event. On the success of her event for the weekend, her Mother's Day Expo and Crab Feast. I had the pleasure of being in attendance. It was packed. It was beautiful. The food was delicious. She did a phenomenal job. Awesome. And shout out to her. Additionally, mark your calendars and save the date. Kira's Couture Boutique is hosting our handbag happy hour. So what is a handbag happy hour, you may ask? It's an opportunity for you to view all of our newest collection of handbags. If you don't know, that's how we got started with selling purses, and then we moved to jewelry accessories, and now we are full service and we sell clothing as well. So we invite you guys to come on out and join us. We'll be at Capitol Lounge on Sunday, November. Sunday. Look, I'm jumping ahead. That's Landa Couture. Sorry. We'll be at Capitol Lounge on Sunday, June 9th from 3 to 6 p.m. at Capitol Lounge, located 1531 Pennsylvania Avenue. Raffle tickets are $10. You enter for a chance to win a free handbag from Kira's Couture Boutique. Yes, a free handbag with the purchase of a raffle ticket. And guess what? It's for a cause, Fashion for a Cause. A portion of all proceeds will be donated to the House of Ruth right here in Maryland. And our team will be going over to volunteer very soon. So we're so excited about our partnership with the House of Ruth. So if you want to support a worthy cause and have fun and treat yourself to something fashionable, definitely join us Sunday, June 9th at our handbag happy hour. Additionally, the Evening Among Young Stars Award deadline for the nominations is May the 24th. If you want to nominate a school-age child with a cumulative GPA of 2.0 or higher, you can send a letter of recommendation, and you can send that email to youngstarasawards@gmail.com. This event is sponsored in part by Empowering Minds of Maryland's Youth. It's going to be phenomenal. It's the second annual Evening of Young Stars Awards. There'll be a live performance by none other than Mr. Nova Gray himself, and it'll be held at Langston Hughes Community Business and Resource Center right here in Baltimore. The event speaker is Brittany Young from B360, and then keynote speaker, none other than Alicia Wilson from Port Covington Impact. It's going to be amazing. Shout out to all of the sponsors. Shout out to Empower Minds of Maryland's Youth. And that event will also be held on June 9th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. For both events that were just mentioned, you can get tickets on eventbrite.com. And last but certainly not, do you have any? I want to make you have one. Okay. Last but certainly not least, mark your calendar, save the date. The Fresh Meetup, National Thrifting Day, is going to be held on August 17th from noon to 8. It's $8. It's going to be held at City Arts Gallery, and it's presented by Fashionably Chic Tour, which is another one of our WBI members. None other than Valicia Tool is the owner, and you can register now. at www.fashionablychictour.com.
So a couple weeks ago, we had the Murray Tyler Faithful Fund debutantes, Miss Blue Review debutantes in the building, and one of them is my very own daughter, Demira Taylor. So if you know Demira, if you know me, or if you would just like to help her to win the title of Miss Blue Review, I will be leaving in the comment section the link, and any donation is appreciated. So the way that it works is whoever raises the most funds will win the largest scholarship and be crowned Miss Blue Review. So no amount of money is too low. You know, you can make a $10 donation, you can make $25, and we certainly will not turn down $100. So the actual cotillion will take place at the Pikesville Hilton. Tickets are $70. And again, this is sponsored by Zeta Phi Beta, Sorority Incorporated, the Alpha Zeta Chapter, Murray Tyler Faithful Fund. So I will be posting the link below so that if anybody is interested in helping Demira win the title. And just to give you a little information, Demira is a senior at Western Senior High, and she will be attending Lincoln studying political science in the fall.
Amazing. I love the initiative behind it, and that all of the girls are going to be awarded scholarships. That is so amazing. If you are listening under Sound of Our Voice, and this is your very first time tuning in, put a 1 in the comment section so we can shout you out. I do see that there was some comments from Sharia Young. She said, that is awesome, licensed in 16 states. Wow. In reference to our featured guest tonight, Miss Tierra S. Davis.
She also said that she is a graduate of Sojourner Douglas, and so am I. Whoop, whoop.
Yes, so amazing. So before the break, we were talking about financial planning, budgeting, all that good stuff, everything, talking about money. So speaking of money, let's get into the Little Black Book of Common Sense.
All right, so first I want to answer Sherry Shelton's message to say, have you ever used the website Fiverr to hire freelance professionals for tech business plans, web development, etc.? If so, how was your experience? So I have used Fiverr before. I actually used it for the book, my book cover, front and back. And I do like the way that it came out. Now the people that I published it through, it didn't really print the binding the way that I wanted to, a little side like I wanted it to, but that's perfectly fine. I just told them to black it out. But they did do a great job on just my cover and back cover in general. So they would be somebody good to use. I mean, I had to go back a few times, but guess what? If you have to make edits or if you need changes made, they have to do it before anything is finalized. So even if you don't like something, you can still make sure that by the end of your transaction with that person that you do like it.
All right. So what inspired you to come up with the book, The Little Black Book of Common Sense?
So the Little Black Book of Common Sense popped into my head probably sometime last year. My inspiration is actually just watching the people around me, because a lot of times, I won't say people are uneducated, but we are.
Sometimes people are.
Yeah, a little uneducated, a little bit misinformed about how money works, how to manage money, like our relationship with money. A lot of times, a lot of people's relationship with money, there's like this huge disconnect. And the Little Black Book is pretty much bringing everything to light, helping to understand how to manage your money properly. Like, having a budget isn't like going to jail. A lot of people, when they say, oh, I gotta make a budget, oh, I gotta budget my money, they think, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to I'm not gonna be able to spend all I want to spend. I'm not gonna be able to do all I want to do. A budget is created in order to help you identify, number one, where you're spending your money.
Where's your money going?
Right.
Yeah.
Number one, to identify where you're spending your money, where you could cut back at. You don't have to stop doing your extracurricular activities. In my husband, we like going to the movies every weekend. I'm not going to stop doing that.
I know that's right.
So, because we're movie heads. We like watching movies. That's what we do. Like this weekend, we're going to go see John Wick 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Like we're going to the movies.
You budgeted for that.
Right. Like we set stuff aside for that purpose because we like going out on our little date nights every Friday, and our date nights are either eating or going to the movies. Sometimes we'll just go to Cine Bistro, knock both out at the same time.
I love Cine Bistro, by the way.
Yes. Like a whole 21 and over crowd. Shout Cine Bistro. Okay. But yeah, that book just, it came just from watching a lot of people around me just struggling. Like my husband, he struggled with money management. He still struggles a little bit. But of course, being that I'm the helpmeet, of course I'm going to help him with his finances. And it's like, in school, in high school, because I went to the Academy of Finance, I learned about money management. A lot of people, when they go to high school, they don't learn about money management. Yeah. When you go to college, you don't learn about money management. And a lot of times, once you turn 18, you got them credit cards coming in the mail. They're like, oh, sign here. You get a $500 credit limit. It's only $25 a month. Yeah, but if you get too many of those credit cards and too many $25 a month, like, is that going to be manageable for you? Is it going to be too much for you? Because don't forget, you still have to live. You got to buy food. You got to buy clothes. And, I mean, if you live on your own, that's rent, BGE, water bill. Right. It's a lot of stuff to think about. So this book is just pretty much just giving everybody the basics of what they need, how to create a budget, staying within a budget, cutting expenses without sacrificing your lifestyle, because that's really what everybody is afraid of. They don't want to sacrifice their lifestyle. Well, sacrificing lifestyle is like a crazy thing for anybody.
I do know of a few classes, and talking to people, they are really sacrificing. Like, I'm talking to people who now cut their own grass. They don't have cable. They doing like more alternative things because their ultimate goal is to like pay off their house, pay off all those heavy, the heavy debt, right? So that they'll have that free. As a matter of fact, one person who's taking a class, and I won't say what class she's taking, but she told me like she's not even putting money into her 401k right now. Because they felt like it's more important for her to pay off the debt now because she's going to have more money later.
Oh, wow. That's definitely a different perspective.
Yeah, well, that's one way of handling it. I mean, it's a lot of ways to handle how you handle your finances. Exactly. Like that would probably be something if that's what the person's ultimate goal is, to pay off their mortgage. Well, the reason why they said to do that is because with the mortgage, so they're putting all that extra money and paying their mortgage off early. Right, putting it towards the principal. Because it will save, right. Because it will save at the end hundreds and hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. Because, it will. The interest adds all of that. Oh yeah, money. Your first 10 to 15 years is just interest. Let me tell you. Like, whoa. I keep looking at my principal and I'm like, well, is it going down? No, it's not. It looks like that number is still like the same. Still the same. Like that looked like the same number it was. We've been living here since 2007. Don't worry, I look at mine the same too. I'm like, what? Like, no, it's no way we could possibly still be on that number after 10 years. I'm confused. No. So yeah, sacrificing to put more towards principal. Like, that was one thing I learned when I was working in a credit union, just throwing more money at your principal so that in the end, like, you don't really have to worry about much interest. It'll help bring down your balance a lot quicker. So I just started throwing money at principal on everything. I'm like, look, take that, take that, take that. If I got some extra, or if I get a bonus check, my husband's like, you got a bonus check? I'm like, yep, and it's gone. He like, where your bonus check go? I'm like, you know what, babe? I'd rather pay it off that credit card than go anywhere and like splurge on anything, because guess what? That's one less bill I gotta look at this year. How about have you heard about the if you pay on your mortgage? So say that your mortgage is $2,000, and you pay every other week on it, then you wind up making an extra payment
at the end of the year.
I've heard that. I've been in some seminars.
Yeah, you get paid 26 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay monthly, you're paying 24 times. If you pay biweekly, you're paying 26 times. So you're putting kind of like 2 extra payments on your mortgage, along with when you pay biweekly, it actually decreases your interest. So your interest amount is less than what it would be if you did it for like the entire month.
Okay.
So paying every 2 weeks is actually a little bit better than paying on a monthly basis.
And can you also speak to people who pay their bills but pay them late?
Late fees.
Well, don't worry. I'm pretty sure they probably seeing all of the results
But you know,
of them paying.
sometimes to hear people say it is a difference.
Yeah.
Because if you just take that, you know, so like you said, you might not go out and eat that 1 month and you pay everything, you pay a little extra on everything so that you're ahead of the game.
Right.
And then you're paying on time, then that will save you in the long run.
Oh, yes. Because those late fees are no joke. Paying stuff on time is very important. You like if you pay something late, like I got hit with a late fee probably about 1 time my whole life because of the fact that I forgot about the bill completely. So they sent me something in the mail. They're like, you owe this and this late fee attached, and it was like $35. I was like, that's more than a payment.
Listen, what they say, that late fee hit different when you looking at your credit and you seeing how many.
Right.
Like, oh, you know,
and then not only that,
and it shows up.
Not only that, then they put it on your credit report.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right
when you're
there.
looking at your credit report and it shows you how many times it's one of them. I can't remember which one of them, but when I pulled it last year and a couple times my car payment might have been late, and I'm like, oh, because I got paid whatever day. But I mean, again, if we plan and we put it to the side, boom. But
Well, it only shows on your credit if you're 30 days late.
Yeah, 30 days or more.
If you only like 5 days, but I'm not
Yeah.
encouraging that because
No,
you still
right.
encounter the late fee.
Right.
So if you're trying to save and you're trying to get out of debt, then you need to pay on time in order to avoid that late fee.
Right, because they'll attach that late fee
trying to tell
the
you.
day after.
When I
Like,
saw that thing, I was like,
you
oh.
don't have that payment in by midnight, they're like, oh, you're late.
Yeah.
And they got the late fee on there already.
I bet you was paid on time all this year. I don't
Yes.
want to see it on the calendar.
Like, and don't worry, guys, if y'all have any questions about credit, I have information about credit in my book. I got information about how credit works, how to boost your credit, how important credit is. Like, a lot of times people don't realize how important credit is until they got to use it. Like, once it becomes time to use it, they're like, I want to buy a house. Oh, well, how's your credit? I'm somewhere in the 600s. Okay, when's the last time you checked it? I don't know, probably like last year sometime when I had to rent something or I had to go and, get an apartment, or like people just don't really pay it any attention. They're just like, oh, okay, well, it's credit. I mean, I was able to get a car. I was able to get an apartment. I mean, they extended, some credit to me at the local K Jewelers or like something like that. But they don't realize that, or Fingerhut give anybody credit right now. But but they don't realize that, like, just because you're getting these things don't mean that your credit is phenomenal. Like an apartment building, yeah, they'll put you in. They might even charge you two months rent if your credit is really bad. But of course, they're gonna put you in there.
They'll try to charge 3 months rent. I've seen it. I'm like, oh, well, 3 months.
Yeah.
I was in that industry and I saw it and I was just like, oof, y'all should just stay where y'all at, work on y'all credit.
Right, get your life together real quick. Right.
Not before you paying 3 months security, rent, security. Oh, that was a lot. It was a lot.
And it is a lot. But people sometimes they have to do it because they know they're not in the best situation.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, I don't really know how to fix it.
And then some people thinking that bankruptcy, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna file bankrupt.
Yes,
and it's just like,
it's the only answer apparently.
It is
I
not
was like,
the only
it's
answer.
not the only answer. Yeah, don't worry. I know a lot of people that'll file bankruptcy in a heartbeat. I'm like, why is that the only answer? Like, you can't somehow talk to your creditors, work out a payment plan,
Right.
potentially get a settlement, pay it all in a lump sum. Like, it's a lot of different ways other than filing bankruptcy, because bankruptcy steps with you for like next 3 to 7 years. Like, before anybody actually says, oh, you could actually get a mortgage, it's like 3 years later. Do you really want to wait 3 years, or do you want to fix it now and then plead your case to the mortgage person as to why you were paying late and how you actually fixed your credit yourself, and now you're on a great path. Like, they take explanations. I don't know if anybody knew that, but the mortgage brokers, they take explanations. If your credit isn't that good, they'll just ask you to get it up to maybe like a 600 or a 610. And if you're at a 610 and you have all these leads or all these different crazy things on your credit report, you could easily plead your case or type up a letter and go through each and every one of those things. And
use like Credit Karma.
I love Credit Karma.
I use Credit Karma all the time.
Oh my gosh, it really helped me to boost my credit score.
Yeah, they send us tips and everything. Yeah, I love it. It's definitely a viable tool. So,
but let me ask you
I just want y'all to know that it's not the most updated tool, but it's still good to use.
What would you suggest?
Another one more updated?
More updated than Credit Karma?
They say my FICO, but I don't know how accurate that really is.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Into that.
See, but my FICO costs money. See, I'm
I
trying
like
to be
Credit
free.
Karma.
Yeah, I'm trying to be free.
Free, right?
Yeah, I'll go with Credit Karma. I never discourage anybody from using Credit Karma. Credit Karma is on my phone. Okay, exactly. I'm like, yes, it's free. It may not be up to date, but guess what? When I call the people who are on my credit, or if I see something that I have to dispute or something crazy,
do it. They do. Right. They worked it out for me.
I'm like, I don't care if you're a month late.
Extra points.
They're like, oh, they're like a month behind. I'm like, I don't care if they're 2-3 months behind. As long as they get the information up there, I'm good to go. Now I know.
Right. So, a lot of people want to know, like, what is the difference between a traditional and a Roth IRA?
IRA.
Okay. So the difference.
That's an
IRA.
I'm done with both of y'all.
Tomato,
they are the same thing.
I say tomato.
So the difference between them is just the taxes. That's it. One is pre-tax, one is after tax. So the traditional IRA is pre-tax, and the Roth is after tax dollars.
She said IRA.
And so, which one would you which one do you recommend, or is it one better than the other, or what do you think?
It really all depends on the per situation. I mean, if you always got to think about taxes. Taxes is going to be there until like the day we die. So with a traditional IRA, you put your money in, it's all pre-tax dollars, it's growing pre-tax dollars. Once you get to retirement, of course, they're going to tax your money. So is it more beneficial to you to get it taxed now, or is it beneficial to get it taxed later? Mm-hmm. That's really what you have to
either way,
assess.
It's going to be taxed.
Right. Like, yes, either way, it's going to be taxed, but you got to figure out which tax bracket you want to be at, because guess what? In retirement, they're still going to tax you like you're working because it's working dollars.
Right.
So how can people get a copy of this phenomenal book with all this knowledge, all of this wisdom? How can they get a copy of the book? Can they stay in contact with you? All that good stuff.
All right. Well, ladies and gents, this book is actually on my website, theinsurancelady.com. That is www.the2esinsurancelady.com. And on the upper right hand side, you'll see a little tab that says shop. Click on that and you'll be able to go to the book. So the book is on my website. You'll click on the book. It'll go take you straight to Amazon and you'll purchase your book from there. On the site, you could also get all of my contact information. But for radio's sake, you could reach me at tdavis@theinsurancelady.com. Or you can give me a call. My office phone number is 443-986-9354. Phone number again is 443-986-9354. And my email address again is T as in Tom Davis @theinsurancelady.com. And my website is www.theinsurancelady.com. And you can get all of my information on my site, everything that I offer.
If you don't remember nothing else tonight, you're going to remember theinsurancelady.com.
theinsurancelady.com.
Yes.
And that is with 2 E's.
Yes.
Listen, it has been a joy. It's always a pleasure when you're here in the studio. Thank you so much for supporting Women in Business International and Women in Business International Radio. Thank you for dropping some knowledge today on the Little Black Book of Common Sense. I can't wait to get my copy. We appreciate you so much. Before we go, we did have a couple of people who chimed in with our question of the day, and I feel like it's going to wrap everything up. So Chiquita Bailey says, sometimes you have to lose to gain. The question of the day was, what do you do when you keep experiencing losses in business and you've invested so much, whether it's money, time, resources, whatever it is, but have not been able to recoup all that you've put out, or you don't see the return. So she says, sometimes you have to lose to gain. The harder you work and invest into your business, the more others will want to invest and support your business as well, and those losses will then be gained with more. If it becomes overwhelming, it's okay to take a break and reevaluate your goals and plans. And this was posted in our interactive Women in Business International group. We definitely encourage ladies only who are business owners and business professionals to click on and join. Tanique Stanley, one of my bestest friends, one of my oldest friends, she says, I go back to the beginning. When I reach a stall in my business, I revisit everything I'm doing, including my skill level. I advance my skills to make sure I am up to date with the trends, and I perfect my areas of expertise. I always say, if you build it, they will come. I work on making my product undeniable. Nice. I would also say that if you're a part of a sisterhood, take it away, Taylor K, of women who can be a resource, who can provide education, who can provide you with consultations and things that you need to help you if you do get stuck. Being your cheerleaders to help encourage you and push you on, such as
Women in Business
International.
So that is exactly what we do. We galvanize a group of women, and we bring them all together to create a sisterhood of us supporting us. So our what we're doing is to get rid of that whole myth of the crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
One person at a time, and we're creating a support system for each other. And support looks different for everybody. It could be a phone call of encouragement. It could be a volunteer or several volunteers. It could be us purchasing tickets to your event.
Us hosting your event, whatever you need.
Yes, that support just looks different. Or you coming on our radio station to share your information. That support looks different, but that is what Women in Business International does. And it's so important. And I'll tell you our motto shortly, but just think about that. Sometimes we as a woman, we look to our left, we look to our right, and we look right in front of us, and there's nobody there. And we're working hard, and we just need somebody to come and just pat us on our shoulder and say, it's okay, you're doing a good job, keep it going.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Yeah.
And you don't have that. Well, now you do, because you have Women
in
in Business International. So if you are looking for that type of support, then please check out our website at www.wbiradio.org.
Also, if you want to be a featured guest and join us in the studio, whether you have an event coming up, you want to gain exposure to your business, brand awareness, all that good stuff, we are the marketing platform for you. Contact us online today, www.wbiradio.org. We would love to have you as a featured guest. Once you get on our website, click on the tab that says WBI Radio. You can find some of our past shows and the links so that you can reserve your spot right here at the table. We are so excited. Each and every week we have some phenomenal